Yo, and we are live. All right, sweet. Let's just get the stream set up. Sorry for the wait, guys. All right, just gotta make sure everything is going. All right, sorry for the echo. Yikes. Okay. All right, guys, we are live. Let's just wait for the. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the stream to fill up, and then yeah. So finally, the Path to Cycle live stream. This is pretty much gonna be sweet, 68 people. Sweet, thank you guys so much for coming. I didn't know this is usually how much people we get on normal streams on the main channel. I'm actually very happy that we have this many people watching. So to all the people that are coming in, I am doing a live stream Q&A, answering any Path to Cycle questions, and this stream's gonna be a little bit different because I'm actually gonna be archiving the stream. So whatever I say here is gonna kind of like I'm gonna save this whole stream, so you guys can watch back and kind of look back on like what I answer and stuff. And yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna be answering questions, and then I'll kind of dive into how I created the series and little things like that. And yeah, I don't really have anything to kind of cover. All I'm gonna be doing is answering questions and stuff like that. So yeah. So I'm gonna start diving into answering some questions now. Oh, this is probably the biggest question. I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as possible. If I do not answer your question, I'm sorry. I will probably try to answer it. Maybe you can direct message me or something. But I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as possible. So a lot of the ones I see right now is: are you gonna make? Will there be a season 2 or another installment of Path to Psycho? And basically the sorry, I have a lot on my mind right now, but okay, sorry, I just can't talk. But to answer your question, a lot of you guys are asking, is there going to be a season 2 or a Path to Psycho 2 or whatever? The best thing I can say to that, the best answer is I'm not sure. I'm kind of on a 50-50 with it. To be honest with you guys, I have like a really big story. I have like a good sequel. I know how I can continue. I know how I can continue the story. I know how I can like keep it going. It's basically I'm feeling like it's gonna have a little bit of like it's gonna kind of continue off season 1, but then it's gonna have its own thing. It's gonna be like its own thing. You know what I mean? So it's gonna have little plot points from season 1 to keep it going, but it's gonna have its own story. It's gonna have different interactions with different characters and stuff. But that is up to you guys. If you guys support it enough and kind of keep just wanting it after, because the thing is I don't want to start working on it like right now and stuff. So and also I'm not sure if I want to go on with Path to Psycho. I want to try other things. Like I want to do other series on SMR stories. So I'm not going to be actually I'm not actually going to be jumping into that right away. So to answer the question, yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure. How did you do Cody's hair? That's a good question. Basically, I'm actually gonna get something real quick. So, basically, I actually kept all the hair samples because why not? So what I did was see, Cody was like I bought a normal Larry plush. Obviously. I cut the mohawk off. And then what I did was I went to like Party City, the dollar store or something, and then I basically like took like the mohawk, I cut it off, and then basically I added the better way to answer this is when you think of hair, it has like slow stages of growing. So kind of like he has his mohawk, and then at the beginning it was kind of up. And then to really get the effect of like the hair growing, you have to kind of capture everything. So like if you think about it, the mohawk would get long, so then it would swoop over to one of the sides, and then the other sideburn would start growing, and then slowly it would grow. And then like throughout the months, it was hard to capture it because like it's not easy to make a little stuffed animal have hair growing out of it. So like I kind of just have to take like basically I took samples of the wig and like the roots of the wig, because if you see right here, this is like a kind of like a root of the wig. like that line over there, and I would sew it onto Cody's head. Well, my mom would help me with sewing because she's really good at sewing, and she's really good at like fixing up some of the plushies when they get damaged because like I use them a lot and they eventually get like kind of like cut open and stuff. So yeah, she would like sew the layers on, and then when we're done that, we'd either add one or we'd take it off and add a longer one. And then we kept on doing that until we got to the finale where this hair piece was actually just one piece, like just a one piece slap on. I think there's actually another layer to this. No, I think the front, there's like an extra layer on the front. But yeah, pretty much. So that's how Cody's hair worked. It was kind of like a wig that we just kept adding layers onto it. Is Emma based off a real person? Yes. Little backstory on Emma. Me and Emma. Also, I want to clear up a lot of things that like happened in Path the Psycho. What's true and what's not true, and I definitely want to answer that. So is Emma based off a real person? Yeah. Basically, me and Emma dated. I'm not gonna give actual names. Me and Emma dated, and I did break up with her for a popular girl. And no, let me remind you that this happened like. Because the funny thing about Path the Psycho, the story, some of the events in it, like of course they're not true, but the ones that are true, they take place in between like when I was in grade 7 and when I was in grade 8. So these are like 2 different school years kind of mashed together into this one story. And this happened when I was in grade 7. So I was like around 12 years old. This was a young relationship. And yeah, I broke up with her for a popular girl because, I'm stupid. And I didn't realize, hey, you had something there that was good. And she was my first girlfriend. And I'm not gonna lie, she was a good girlfriend. I don't care whatever she did. She did kind of become a bitch, and we kind of hated each other. But honest to God, if I think about it, like I don't know, she's just that type of person, and she's kind of done the same with Johnny. And now we kind of just me and Johnny were just like, yep, we've been through the same. So it's like. But I don't hate her in any way. It's just but me and her did have beef throughout the year that actually yeah, so that I guess that hopefully that answers it, I guess. Okay, let me just try to find. Oh, there's a lot of questions about did you cut yourself? In that Okay, here's the best way to answer it. So Path the Psycho took place in like a specific kind of time in my life. I did not cut myself in that time, and I don't want to talk about that afterwards. But it in this like time period of my life, no, I didn't. So is Cody emo? He looks emo, but he actually isn't. Well, the whole cutting himself. Here's the thing, because in the story, as things happen, Cody's kind of insane, and he slowly starts to turn insane as he hears more voices in his head, such as Justin and Annabelle. Well, she doesn't really have an official name, but I'm gonna call her Annabelle or the doll or the voice or whatever you want to refer to her as. Maybe I'll give an actual name one day, but I don't know. But yeah, I should have came up with a name, but whatever. Anyways, sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. So basically, yes, cutting yourself, emo. Cody looks emo, but like the thing is with him kind of like cutting himself, it was more of a suicide attempt because of like all the stuff that were recently happening. Because like in the specific time when that video was uploaded, Cody recently like broke up with Emma, and then he tried to go with the popular girl, and then that failed, and then he feels like a piece of crap. And then Emma hates him, and then there's just stuff piling up on him, and then he just does a suicide attempt. And if you remember back in if you remember back when the last video with Emma in it, sorry, I keep stuttering. The last video with Emma in it, which was I think it was Bury the Hatchet. Sorry, I keep forgetting these names. Bury the Hatchet. That was her last video, and then Cody also mentioned that he does not have depression. Cody never had depression. I guess he had just those times where he just felt suicidal, and people have that because logically you don't have to be depressed to just like you don't have to go through the whole cycle of depression and then kill yourself. You can just go kill yourself because if you think about it, then you can. So like Okay, that was just I don't know why I'm laughing at saying that, but I don't know. It's kind of obvious that you can just do that. But did you actually fight Johnny? No, I didn't. That fight between me and Johnny actually never happened. The closest way I can explain it is, so think of it this way. When me and Emma broke up, we hated each other. And then now, even before Emma dated me, she liked Johnny. And then Johnny told me that he liked her. So then I got them together. And then that was the stupidest thing ever, because then she kind of got her little revenge on me and just fucking took her away. Sorry if I swear at all, but like she like kind of pulled him from the friend group, and then they all kind of just like hated her. So it kind of backfired on her if you think about it, because now everyone hates her more. But also one thing I didn't kind of express in the series, but what happened in real life, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that basically one thing I can sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. One thing I didn't mention in the series is funny thing, when Johnny kind of got pulled from the friend group and spent more time with Emma, he kind of changed into like a more rude of a person. But then now that I talk to him, he's kind of changed. He's really grown as a person after that relationship, and I'm actually really like happy for him that. Okay, I'm gonna try to find more. I saw another question saying, "Is Vanessa based off a real person?" Yeah, she is. She was my second girlfriend. We dated for a little bit, and not much actually happened. Hence this, because like the thing is with Path to Psycho, this is kind of like a middle school phase of all these characters are kind of in middle school. So like when they're in like these relationships, they don't know what they're doing. So it's not really meant to last. But if I do make a season 2, maybe I can kind of build some more serious relationships that do last longer, because middle school relationships kind of last a month. Maybe high school ones might last a year, but they will break up, or then they'll become all high school sweethearts and crap. So yeah. But yeah, it'd be actually pretty interesting to explore that. Why is Tristan a Goomba? Good question. That's actually a really good question, because in real life, when this was all happening, Tristan was getting bullied, and I was just sticking up for him. And then the funny thing is how this kind of, you might be wondering, like in the beginning of the series, like if Tristan is the one being picked on by everybody and not Kody at the beginning, then why would Kody be the psycho here? Because Tristan's the one being bullied, so it would make sense for him to be the psycho. But the thing is, if you think about it, Kody is with his friend. I almost said Goomba, Tristan, and then like imagine kind of seeing your best friend getting bullied every day, and you're just like too much of you can't really do anything about it because you're kind of like a pussy in a way. Like it's because it's like, imagine there's this big tough bully, then he's picking on your friend, and then you can't really do anything about it. You kind of beat yourself up over it, and then that's what kind of Kody builds up. And then kind of like when he finally gets to that point where he fucking kills Damien, he's just like, you know what, I hate you for doing this to my friend. I hate you for doing this to me. And then it's kind of just like building up. But the main reason why I picked Goomba to be Tristan is because Tristan in this series, he's like a really weak character. He's the one that gets picked on, right? So it would make sense if I picked a Goomba. He was more smaller, more innocent looking. He looks. Just look at this guy's face. Just like, look at his face. So like I had to pick a Goomba for Tristan. Yeah, I'm just making that doesn't block anything, but a Q&A question. Why was Damien's body never talked about after he died? Damien's body was not talked about after he died. Well, think of it this way. After the murder happened, Kody is there with Tristan. Kody threatens Tristan. He's like, you better not tell anybody. And then he's like, yeah, good boy. And then Tristan is there. Tristan is just there with sorry, I keep losing my train. Okay. I'm gonna just drink some water. So the murder kind of finishes. Oh, I actually forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Might as well add in here. Okay. Okay, this scumbag gets to sit here. Okay. Nobody gets to see him. Who cares? But basically think of it this way. So how the murder so Sorry if I keep repeating myself. I'm really not the best at kind of just talking. But anyways, so why it wasn't talked about is, think of it this way. Kody just murdered somebody. Tristan is there, and then Cody's like threatening Tristan, like, you better not say anything. And Tristan keeps his mouth shut. And Kody goes off with his plan, which is to kill his father so he can run away from home. Because if he tries to run away from home to get to his mom, then his dad would come and stop him. And then after the point where Cody's been kind of beaten up for so long from his dad, making him do all this Aikido crap, he's kind of just done. He's kind of just lost it. And then he has schizophrenia, and then he's kind of just, everything's just building up. This whole climax of stuff kind of leading into what actually happens in the finale. So to answer it, and also I do want to mention, if you look at one of the episodes, actually it's called it was also Bury the Hatchet. When Kody was talking to Brayden, you could hear police sirens in the background. So, and he was like right by the school, and right when he heard that, he left. So I mean, and it would be, and the thing is, like, why would Kody want to kind of bring it up? Besides, there was nobody really to bring it up to other than himself, which was the voices in his head, such as Annabelle, well, the doll, whatever you want to call it. So he was pretty much trying to hide it. Did you actually smoke? No, I just got my hands on the cigarettes and I'd made a scene with them, and I'm probably going to keep them for a future series because I might need them. Was Kody really possessed by a demon? Kody wasn't possessed by anything. Kody has a, what's it called? A mental illness. It's called schizophrenia. And what that is basically you would hear voices in your head and you would kind of like see things and have like hallucinations. And then basically that's what Justin and Annabelle was. And Justin was like the angel in Cody's head, telling him like the good stuff, like, oh, you can do it, he's the good guy, right? And then I'm gonna just call her Annabelle. Annabelle was the kind of the demon in his head, the negative side of him is like, oh, you can't do crap, everyone hates you now and stuff. And that's what really played with Kody right there, because like Kody had this good voice and this bad voice. And then in the video, I'm gonna just pull up these videos on my phone because I can't even remember all the titles of these videos. So pretty much in I'm gonna just bring this up real quick. So pretty much in that video, I'm gonna give you a title in a second, where Kody meets what's her face, Annabelle, for the very first time. What's that video called? This video's called A New Evil. I'm pretty sure it's called A New Evil. Yeah, so in the New Evil, that's when you really see where Cody's getting his mind pretty much played with that entire time, where he's like freaking out and spazzing out on that weird demon summoning thing. That's all happening in his mind. And like, also, if you ever watch Pat the Psycho again, I just want you to kind of, if you think about it, since Justin and Annabelle aren't real, just think about Kody just talking to himself. Every scene you see Justin in, he's just talking to himself. So like, even at the beginning, Kody was just crazy. So like, this kind of just like adds to it pretty much. Like, Kody already was diagnosed with this schizophrenia, and now he has all the school drama piling up on him. He's just gonna lose his mind. So yeah, I'm gonna look for other questions. Why isn't Emma dead? Well, Kody decided to not murder her, and I think that last talk they had in Bury the Hatchet really kind of just reassured him that, hey, we both screwed up, right? Did Shane really beat up Joe? If I remember, I think he just hit his hand, but there was a whole thing where there was like a whole circle around them, and they had their like thing, like what's it called? Shane actually got into a lot of these fights because he's like karate. He knows like karate, so like he knows what he's doing. And the martial art, I was doing Aikido, and I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the crappiest martial art I've ever done in my life, because all I learned was how to defend like attacks like this. And no one's gonna come at me like this, okay? Not even in freaking China, okay? No one's gonna come at me like this. And these are all like Japanese stuff. And I just didn't really have a need. I learned like rarely any punchers techniques. I learned how to defend against stabbing, so if anyone tries to stab me, I would know what to do, kind of. I learned those, which were pretty helpful from things you would hear on the news, but I don't think that would help me in a school shooting or anything. But Yeah, because nobody freaking stabs people anymore. I think it's more school shootings. But I'm gonna get off this dark topic. Pretty much. Yeah, Shane actually another thing he was also involved in is when Emma slapped Kody. That was also real. Emma did hit me. Man, I hate that day. I hated that day. But what's it called? And then in the series, Johnny pulled me away, but actually in real life, Shane pulled me away and held me down, so I wouldn't like. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. Like this girl just comes up and hits me, and I know I can't like hit a girl, and I don't want to get in any more trouble because this school already hates me. So then I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then Shane just comes and just holds me down, and then I'm just like, you know what? In my head, I'm just like, you know what? Thank you. I had no idea what I was gonna do anyway. So yeah, welcome to my world. But yeah, so Shane was involved in a lot of these fights, and I wish I did make Shane into wish I would have made Shane into a more important character, but I would have I'll do that in season 2. Alright, sorry about that. Why did you choose Larry to be Kody? I don't know. I was looking at characters to like use for Path the Psycho. And the funny thing is like all these plushies have like they look retarded, okay? I'm like Wario looks like a child molester. Then Waluigi looks weird. And like I can't star Mario cuz like I'm going to make a school series about like a kid that's getting bullied and having like schizophrenia problems and stuff. I can't really star Mario because he has a mustache, and then Baby Mario is like a baby. So then, and I always use the Koopalings, so I'm kind of more familiar with them. And then I looked at Larry, and then I'm like, you know, that would actually make sense. And then add the hair, he would look completely different, and if it would be like a unique character since he has like a different like actual look. So then I would be like, okay, yeah. So yeah. Why did Justin show up in the last episode if he died? I don't think the thing is Justin isn't a real person. He never died because like he's just a thought in Cody's head. So think of it this way. Kody had like Justin as the main influence, and then after that, when a new evil came around, Annabelle rose up and kind of just took over that kind of side of him. So Kody became more negative and kind of like that kind of, and then he was losing his mind. So then this negative mindset would have just helped with that. And then after that, if you remember in the video Executed, Kody literally like kind of kills Annabelle with like an axe. But since Annabelle isn't real because he has schizophrenia, that's just a weird kind of vision hallucination he had. In reality, I guess he kind of just like replaced the negative thought with the positive thought. So yeah, I guess that's what happened. So then he kind of just, if you think about it, Kody just thought of Justin again. That's literally what happened. Do you have schizophrenia? No, I do not. It's just I think it's a really cool. It's a cool it's a not cool. It's an interesting mental illness, and it would be cool to actually look into. So it was kind of cool to guys, I do not have schizophrenia, don't worry. What's Cody's dad's name? Now I know Kody. Kody did say his father's name in the last episode. And I looked back at it, and it was kind of hard to understand. But his name is Garrett, so his full name is Garrett and Co. And if you think about it, Cody's full name is Kody and Co. And the funny thing about that is Ann is kind of like Annabelle, and then Co is like Psycho. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So. And Co is a cool last name, in my opinion. That'd be a cool last name. Do you kill somebody at school? No, it's actually did you kill somebody at school? And no, I didn't. This series is literally just a story. Okay, that's a good question. How would the story be different if Justin wasn't like Justin was real and he wasn't a thought? Well, if Justin was a real character, I don't know how I would say it, but if Justin went to Cody's school, then Justin would have been probably the main friend by his side. since they're like brothers. But if Justin goes to like high school, then maybe he wouldn't even cared about Kody. Maybe if Justin like was a real character, he might have been one of the nice brothers, or he would have been like a jerk brother, because some older brothers are like really like nasty to the younger brothers. Kind of, I might be wrong, but that's what a lot of kind of people, friends of mine, kind of tell me. Like, oh, my older brother hates me. I hate my older brother. So stuff like that. Yeah. So, but I think it would have impacted the story a lot. But at the same time, Kody could just think him up, but it's not. I don't know. That's a good question, though. That's actually really cool to think about. How it's also cool to think about what little things could have changed the story. Like, what if Kody never broke up with Emma like that? Because then Emma would have became an actual good person, and then she could have stuck up for Kody when it came to Damien, and then maybe stuck up for Tristan. So if Kody never broke up with Emma, then like a lot of the bad things wouldn't have happened. But that's just all the butterfly effect, where one event happens, the other one. There's literally there's an episode called The Butterfly Effect, which literally Kody helps Johnny break up with Emma. And then after that, the butterfly effect happens. Since that event happened, it leads into the video, The Butterfly Effect, where Emma literally ruins Kody's relationship. So that's just stuff like that. Will Kody return on SMR? I don't know. Maybe not. Did Annabelle survive? That's a good question, because you saw her after she got her head cut off. Well, think about it. If Annabelle is a thought, an imaginary thought. Okay, that was actually hilarious. Okay, but if Annabelle the doll is just a thought of Kody, like a Kody. Oh my God, I can't talk. Okay, if Kody is thinking of this thing, and you can't kill a thought like in your head. You can forget, but you can't really forget that if it's like you can't forget a voice in your head. You know what I mean? So like, I guess no, he didn't. The only thing he can do is forget, but it'd be pretty hard for him since schizophrenia kind of happens whenever it wants to, if I'm correct. Ooh, will Kody meet Sunglasses Jr. In any channel somehow? That's a good question. See, I've mentioned the Sunglasses Jr. in the Dark Twist, and let's just say Super Mario Richie is Super Mario Richie. It's entertaining. It's like the funny characters and stuff. Path the Psycho is kind of another story on an alternate kind of like universe, whatever you want to call it, on SMR Stories. This is kind of the stories kind of stuff. Because Super Mario Richie is just kind of like a simulation for entertainment, as shown in the Dark Twist. Path the Psycho's a story, also not. I guess it's also a simulation. They're all pretty much simulations, but it's a story about Kody. And then I guess you could also imagine that Sunglasses Jr., Thug Jr., he has his own little timeline simulation, which will be the next story. So did Iggy want to? So did Iggy want to find you? No. Maybe he wanted to kill my throat, but not actually find me. I hope he doesn't find me, because then my ears would hurt. I'm making a series called Road to a Thug Jr., so it's second Thug Jr. Well, nice, dude. Hope it goes well for you. All right, I'm gonna look for more questions. I'm gonna scroll up. Was this sleepover based on something that happened to you? Yeah. Okay, so this one's gonna be kind of embarrassing. Now, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a very freaking stupid person, okay? And because we all make mistakes, right? That sleepover did happen. I was retarded. I thought it'd be funny to just barge in while my friend's crapping and just. It wasn't Cheetos. It was actually juice boxes, but we didn't have juice boxes, so I just did Cheetos, and then that's where "Got Your Cheetos, bitch" was born, which wasn't really even a big thing, but whatever. It was still a thing. It was still born in its own way. But But anyways, yeah, that did happen, and it the worst thing about it is it happened on my birthday, so that ruined my birthday. So that really sucked. And I think after that we were kind of neutral friends, but we never talked after that. And he was kind of a dick, honestly. He was a dick about it. Well, of course he would be because he's freaking retarded. Okay. It's his fault. He should have locked the door. The funny thing is, he did lock the door. I was retarded. I literally barged in. I wanted to make the other person laugh because I'm barging in. Well, because I'm invading somebody's privacy. It's just so cringy to look back at. It's stupid. Is Justin a real person? No, he's an imagination in Cody's mind. Is Tristan based off a real person? Yes, he is because yeah, he is. He was a good friend of mine, and he got picked on a lot, and yeah, and then Cody was kind of sticking up for him. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm taking care of something. I'm just taking care of these things, and yeah, for now we're good. Can you tell us more about the sunglasses, Junior? I'm gonna keep that away for a while, but I promise you will hear more from him in the future. I have a question. Are you monetized? Yes, this channel is surprisingly monetized. Now, the funny thing is, this channel actually dealt with the whole like demonetization thing really well, actually. So basically, a lot of the videos, some of the, like, actually not many of the Path to the Cycle videos did get demonetized. A couple of them did, but not too many. So I'm actually kind of surprised that all the videos kind of went through. Right now, there's only 2 Path to Cycle demonetized videos. One of them is Confronted, which is just Justin and Cody interacting. And then after that, it is pretty much sorry, give me a sec. And then the pedophile video got demonetized because of the title, but not because of the video, because nothing really bad happened in the video. It's just because of the title. Tell us why Cody didn't find his mom after he killed his dad. Pretty much what happened was Cody executed his plan where he killed his dad and fled his house. Because if Cody just ran away from home, the same thing would have happened like what happened in Mother and the other video that happened after that one where he had to go back to his other house. Basically, it would happen just like what happened in Mother, where he left and then his dad threatened to do something and then he had to come back. So he kind of lost his mind and he killed him. And then also, the schizophrenia built onto that, which was also just a buildup of all this. And then after that, he killed him and then he fled to go look for his mom. The thing is, we never know if he found his mom because if you guys remember in that video where he was I actually don't know what that video is actually called. No Choice. The video is called No Choice. So in No Choice, Cody kind of fled because he was kind of like worried about his stuff getting destroyed by his dad. His mom was mentioned that she was moving out of the place that Cody stayed at, and she was gonna give the phone. She was gonna give not phone number. She didn't even have a phone. That's what she said, or like phone was broken or something. And she was gonna give pretty much give me a sec. I'm sorry. She was gonna give her address, and Cody was all ignorant and stubborn about it, and he like ran out because he had to like go right. And Cody was stupid, and he never got his mom's address. So now he is in the town. He knows what town she's in, not what house. So Cody could be knocking on doors looking for him because of what he did, because he's stupid. So yeah. What happened to Cody's orange Yoshi friend from Aikido? He's actually he was also a real person. We never had any beef. Basically, he was a friend of mine in Aikido, and he kind of got me through the classes while the sensei kind of picked on me. And yeah. Basically how it left off is we haven't we I still still has me on Instagram. I have him on Instagram. We never really talk anymore, but it kind of left off meh. What happened to Ashley? Now I can tell you exactly what happened to Ashley, and this is literally what happened in real life. Ashley was an old friend I had before I met the new friends I had in Path the Psycho. So then basically after that, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I only got 2 hours of sleep. I'm so sorry. But anyways, sorry, what was I talking? Okay, Ashley. Sorry. Ashley was kind of an old friend of Cody's. She was kind of associated in like the older friend group stuff. So she kind of just faded away from Cody's like find up social group, you know what I mean? They kind of stopped talking because of Cody got and just moved on. And same thing with Jaden and Braden to answer that recent question. Um what's it called? Sorry. Jaden and Braden are also kind of the old friends that kind of just faded away from Cody's friend group. And if you think about it, actually no, this is what happened in one of the videos. When Jaden was going away from Cody, he was like, "Let's not. We're done." Like right when he like walked off for the final time, where he's like, "I'm not gonna be your friend anymore." Braden said, "Forgive me," and then he ran off. And then later on, Cody said, "I forgive you" in the Bury the Hatchet. So it's kind of just a lead off. So, did you actually beat up Ian? No, I didn't. I didn't beat up Ian. What's it called? I actually never got into a fight with Ian. Ian did he kind of like hit on my girlfriend when we were dating, and she let it kind of happen. So it kind of felt like she was kind of just cheating on me, and she never really cared about me. And on top of that, her friends just hated me and they were just rude, and she would not do anything about it. So like, and I was stupid. I should have just broke up with her. I should have been like, listen, you are actually just, what are you doing? You are the rudest person I've ever met. So kind of like, I don't know, just stupid. A lot of things that happened in this kind of period of my time, like period of that moment in my life, I could say it's stupid. Oh yeah. So my good friend Clay wants me to tell you the original name of Justin. So actually Justin's original name was John, but then I renamed it to Justin because it just sounded better, and then also Clay wanted me to because his name is Justin. So I'm just like, yeah, it sounded better, so that's another thing. I just want the fun fact. Why didn't you customize characters like Johnny and Emma? I should have. It's just the big thing with Path the Psycho and why there's a lot of things in it that I didn't like or didn't come out too well is because this story kind of had a deadline that I announced, and people were because this channel no this this series was called Project Larry, and everyone's like, okay, where's Project Larry? Where's Project Larry? And then I'm kind of like, I've got to get it done. So it's kind of in a hurry. And then there's also this was my first time writing a story, so I didn't kind of and there's a lot of mistakes I made while making this, which ended up in what happening with the series, which I did not like, and I would have done differently, like stuff that came out, which I would have done differently. And I'll get into that a little bit later. And yeah, but basically, I'm so tired. I keep forgetting what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I haven't been really well lately. Um, was Cody's father intended to be one of the antagonists in the series? Please answer. Cody's dad, basically what's up with Cody's dad is the reason he's so nice in the beginning is because he's trying to kind of hide the fact of all the crap that happened to Cody and Cody's mom beforehand. Because like beforehand, they got into like Cody's dad and Cody's mom got into a divorce, and Cody's dad was all kind of abusive to Cody. And then now he's trying to cover it up by being nice, and Cody's just rolling with it. And then like in the Vegas videos, you start to kind of see like it's kind of coming back where he's kind of being a dickhead. And then Cody said like, "Oh, you're just trying to hide it for these like 6 months," and now it's like coming back, and you're the same. You never changed and stuff. And what's it called? Yeah, and that's what makes him really push Cody. That's why that's another thing that made Cody that really pushed Cody to his like limit is that when his father let me just hide the chat. When his father pretty much kind of pushed him to his limit by stressing him into Aikido and stuff like that. So yeah. Is there new Path to Psycho merch? No. I don't think I will be doing merch. I just don't really need to do it. If you guys want me to, I can try. It's just really, it's gonna be kind of pricey to get things out. Because for instance, the poster I made for Path to Cycle, that was like $60 to make, and I really wanted to make the poster like 2 years ago because I didn't have a lot of posters. So then I kind of just I went with it, and then I just did it. I remember when people thought you were a pedo. Yeah, dark times, and I honestly think right now is worse because everyone's literally attacking me right now. But yeah. The funny thing is the pedo situation didn't even happen in the kind of the thing about when Path to Cycle was going on, the pedo situation never happened. That I kind of just threw that in there and it added to the YouTube thing. And where his friend backstabbed him, and I'm not even gonna lie, probably adding Mega Blue Mario to this series was the biggest mistake ever. One of them. I don't know. It was really unnecessary. I could have done the voice myself. Did you and Billy fight? No, but a funny thing, I think the thing with Cody getting his head smashed into the wall, that happened to somebody else. So basically it involved Billy, Damien, and this other kid that was never in the series. Basically they all got into a fight, and I don't know if that other kid was involved, maybe that was a separate fight. I think it was like Billy and Damien, they got into a fight, and this never happened in the series. This happened in real life. So either Billy got his head smashed off the side of the school, or it was a Damien. I don't remember. And then all I remember is Damien ran off crying. So I'm assuming his head got smashed into the... No, I think Billy got his head smashed into the wall in a separate fight, and then it ended. And then there's another fight between Damien and this other kid, and then the other kid smashed his head into like the side of the school, and he started crying. But yeah. Yeah, my school was bad. I didn't like... It was not good. Literally, it's so funny where they're like, "Oh, if anything happens, go talk to a teacher." They're not going to do anything. Like, actually. Nor the parents either. Like, they're not going to do anything. Only if you tell your parents to go to the principal. The principal might do something. And another funny thing I do want to mention, the principal from Path to Psycho was completely fake. He was not that supportive, okay? And what's it called? I just got into high school, and I know that they have like student counselors and stuff. But in my school that I was in for when Path to Cycle went on, we didn't have a school counselor or anything. We had just the principal and the vice principal. So we just go to the principal and talk to him. And he was not helpful whatsoever. He did not help out at all. So yeah. Hey, let me master. What's up? Where did you get Cody's hair? I got him from the dollar. I got him from the dollar store, but I'm gonna try not to re-answer questions I've already answered because this is gonna be archived. How did you film in your school? First of all, that wasn't my school. I filmed outside of another school that's like near my house. I never even went to that school. It just looks like it's a nice school. It's like a Christian school where like kids from like kindergarten till like I don't know, like 8th grade go, and then they go off to high school. which is like another add-on building. There's like 2 buildings pretty much almost connected to each other by that school. One's a Catholic one. The other one's still Catholic, but it's like high school Catholic kind of. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I should transfer there because people would be nicer, but whatever. Was Path of the Psycho going to be in the SMR universe? That's a really good question because originally, if you rewatch Child's Play Part 2, Annabelle says to Cody, you're going to become a psychopath. I'll find you and I'm going to help you. That was supposed to be Path of the Psycho, kind of leading off to that. But then I'm like, I don't want to kind of ruin the Super Mario Richie characters. I'm going to make this whole Path of the Psycho in its own universe so that I can take characters like Wendy and give her the name of Vanessa. So then, yeah. It was originally supposed to be. But I'm probably just going to cover that up because in Child's Play Part 3, Annabelle will need to help Larry and Junior through the next phase of Child's Play, which you will see in 2019 because you're getting a prequel. I'm working on Child's Play Origins right now, so that's a prequel. Learn to drive. Yes, I will. Please, I really want to learn how to drive. That definitely. That's a priority. Whatever happened to Tristan? I don't know if you're referring to in the series or in real life. Basically, from my understanding, what happened to Tristan, I moved away, and Tristan went to high school with all the people that in that school. Billy moved away, and then later Tristan got bullied and stuff. Tristan moved away, and it wasn't his family. Sadly, he was actually taken away from his family because he was having a lot of family problems going on at home, and I tried helping him through it, but even my help wasn't enough. He got taken away from child services, I think, and he's now with a new family, and he's really happy now, and I've really seen him grow as a person. He's really mature now, so he's doing great. He probably has like new friends at his new school and stuff. I'm pretty sure he's doing okay, and if he's not, then hang in there, Tristan, because we're all kind of just hanging in there for him. Yeah. Where did you get the blood? The blood I used was pretty much fake blood. The thing that sucked about it is it stained the plushies, so I couldn't use fake blood on Cody and Damien because like it would stain the plushies, and I didn't have enough time to buy duplicates and make duplicates so I can get blood on them. But I got the blood from Walmart around Halloween time, and it's good blood. It's pretty good. It got the job done, and if you can see right here, it actually stayed well on her face. It looks like ketchup, but it still stayed well on her face. That probably was probably a creepy zoom in. Hi guys, but probably a really creepy zoom in right there. But yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know what the hell I just did there. Okay, this is why do I even care how this looks? Yeah, just block the creepy doll. She's creepy. Did you get pissed off when the video got age restricted? Okay, here's what happened to my understanding. So, Path of the Psycho, this series, this has a lot of good things came out of it, but a lot of bad things came out of it. And here, let me tell you this. So basically, long story short, I had friends, and eventually they just became not my friends anymore, and then they went on this stream, and then they kind of bashed me for my content. I don't care what happened. I'm just giving you a brief outline of what happened. I don't want to talk about it. And then basically what happened is they kind of just got people together, and then they all flagged my video for like violence, and then they got age restricted. And then I had to take it down and re-upload it and change the thumbnail. But basically all my old friends that you probably saw me streaming with, they all pretty much flagged my video for no reason. So yeah, that's what happened. So I hope you guys are aware of what kind of people these people really are. So yeah, I do not want to talk about these people. They're really rude people. What happened to Kaden? In the series, Kaden was gonna be like YouTube. He was gonna be like Cody's YouTube partner. He would like help him with his videos, and that failed because of Emma and Damien. In real life, that's what happened. So give me a sec. So basically, what happened in real life is I needed help with YouTube. I wanted a YouTube partner pretty much, And oh, my boy, Crazy Mario Bros. Oh my god, thank you so much, dude. I love you, bro. Oh my god, guys, Crazy Mario Bros. He's a good friend, okay? None of the other people that I had to literally block off the stream, and the reason the 10 dislikes are there because of my other scummy friends, or some of them weren't even ever my friends. They just hate me. Crazy Mario Bros. He is my best friend. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. I love you, man. But anyways, I lost what I was talking about. I forgot what I was talking about. Also, sorry, I just gotta figure out what I was talking about. Guys, what was I talking about? The donation kind of distracted me, and I'm happy my friend was here. So, okay, okay, Kaden. Yes, thank you, Kaden. So what happened with Kaden was me and Kaden were gonna be I needed his help for YouTube videos. Now before that, I was trying to get Braden to help me with my videos. And if you guys are old fans, you might have seen a video of me recording this kid, and I'm like, hey, this kid's gonna be in my videos or something. And he was like laughing and stuff. Yeah, he was Braden. And that never happened because of just stuff. He never came to my house in time. We were really unorganized, and I don't like that. I'm a really organized person. And basically, what happened was I was gonna try to get him in my videos, and it never really worked out. And Emma never came there, but Damien did come there, and he kind of screwed with me. And he's like, "Oh, I want to be in the video," and I'm like, I brought the plushies so I could show him an example of like how to do the video, kind of. I don't know why I didn't just ask him to come to my house or whatever. I don't even know. I was probably just kind of scared because my parents are just my parents. So so sorry about that. Anyways, what's it called? So, but what happened to Kaden after the series is he also moved. So me and him moved away. We kind of a lot of people parted their ways after this. Are some of the events from Path of the Cycle based on 13 Reasons Why? That's a good question. I really love 13 Reasons Why. I love the two series. Here we go. That name again. Yo, thanks for the donation, man. Keep up the amazing YouTube content. Yay, I donated. Thank you so much for the $1, man. Super Mario Plush Club. Peace. Anyways, do not tell me I just forgot again. But after this series, we all parted our ways. A lot of us just moved away. And yeah, I kind of forgot what I was talking about again. This is a good question. Who was the main antagonist? The funny thing is, in this story, the main antagonist was Cody. The main character is Cody, but Cody's also the villain because if you think about it, Cody isn't a good guy. Cody murdered 2 people, so that's what I like about the story. The story is really, and that's also a problem with it. The story was kind of confusing at times, and I understand that some parts weren't clear. And hopefully, I will be able to take these kind of like things that happen and kind of put it into the next story, kind of learning from it, kind of going up. Because this was my first story. It wasn't going to be perfect, but I'm not going to lie. It turned out pretty good for my first story. So I think it turned out pretty good. There's a lot of flaws with it. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about later that I want to do for the next story that I want to do that won't be like Path the Cycle and what I want to improve on, what I screwed up on. I want to admit to you guys that I didn't, this isn't a perfect series. I screwed up many things. I have literally an entire list like this big about problems with Path the Cycle. I'll get in a second, but yeah, but a lot of the people actually branched out after Path the Cycle. A lot of us just moved away separate ways, like literally all different towns. Why did Cody's hair change? That's a good question. I don't know. I should say something different instead of it. That's a good question for literally everything. So for Cody, to make him look like when later in the series, like it'd be kind of odd to think of Cody like he looks normal with his mohawk, and then at the end of the series he looks kind of the same. So I kind of want to add some the hair is kind of like a character development, like a visual character development for the character. So you gotta kind of just get to see Cody's hair grow, kind of making him look insane, kind of creepy, emo, weird looking. He kind of becomes this really disordered, weird looking emo fuck. But he becomes this odd looking character. So yeah, basically I wanted to do that, and it also adds character development, and it also makes him look like a psycho. And yeah, Did Damien actually throw a ball in your face? Yes, he did. My nose bled out and it hurt like hell. Okay, and I think Vanessa was laughing at me. Actually, no. Fun fact. I think when Emma slapped me. Yeah, I also put this in the series. When Emma slapped me, Vanessa was laughing, and we were dating at the time. That's what Johnny told me, and I trust my friend Johnny because like Johnny's Johnny. Johnny's my bro. Johnny's like the most trustworthy person in this entire story. Okay, because Tristan kept stirring the pot with everything, and all the drama started because of him, kind of as shown in the story. I'm not trying to. I don't want to sound like a douche while saying this, but a lot of the things happened because a lot of the things involved Tristan. It was like revolving around him and the drama and stuff with his friend group. Johnny was one of the most straight up people I've ever known, so like I would probably trust him. And just knowing Vanessa, I just kind of like, you laughed at it. I know you fucking laughed at it, but it kind of really hurt my feelings. But why would she care? So yeah. Did you ever have psychotic thoughts that inspired Kody? I guess I did. I'm not gonna lie. Never thought of killing anybody, that's for sure. But I think as you guys grow up, you guys will kind of just be. As you guys are growing up, you guys are gonna face a lot of like really dark. You're gonna get into like a really dark place within yourself, and you guys might not. You guys might think I'm retarded by saying that, but as you kind of grow up, you're gonna see you're gonna kind of feel like you're in a darker place. That's the best way I can put it. Kind of like I'm really not good at talking. Holy crap! I just have a lot of stress on me, but. How come barely any adult helped Kody and his friends with all the crazy things that went down? That's a good question. There we go. I said it again. That's a good question. But why none of the adults actually stepped in to help with Kody? That's a good question because there's actually not an answer for that. That's a missing plot point. Maybe I could have done that. There's a lot of little things I could have added into Path to the Cycle, which would have kind of like brought the story more, kind of like made it like kind of like more added more to it. That's a better way to saying it. It would have added more to it. But if you think about it, Path of the Psycho, I don't know where I'm going with this. But basically if you think about it, no, not if you think about it. Guys, I can't talk. I'm so sorry. But just bear with me. So I'm just really not good at like talking on the spot because there's a lot of questions rolling in. But anyways, if you think about it, the only adult that kind of stepped in was the principal, Mr. Anderson. That's his official name that was given, I think, at the end of Schizophrenia, or around in the episode Schizophrenia. So Mr. Anderson was the only person that kind of stepped in to help, even though he didn't step in. He was kind of there. He was like approached by Kody, and he did an okay job. In real life, he didn't do a good job. Well, kind of. He tried to help, but like I can see like I can see that we're like I can see his perspective. Like all this crap is going on. We're going down to the office like twice. We're going down to the office like 5 times a week. It's insane. It's not. I'm not even joking. We would sit in the office, the same round table, and I would be and people would be giving each other these looks, and it'd just be like, here we are again. And then Tristan got his head down, and then like Mr. Anderson would be like, Tristan, you have anything to say? And then he just like wouldn't say anything. And then like if somebody like had anything to do with it, like I don't know, some people would even say lies and stuff. So wonderful, wonderful time in my life. Is Justin your brother? I don't have a brother, and also Justin was an imaginary thought. I'm gonna try to answer. There's a good question. I want to try to answer other questions. Who is Joe? Joe is pretty much who he was in the story. Joe was a wannabe popular kid because he hung around the people. He was a wannabe. He wasn't really in the series. He wasn't shown as a wannabe popular kid. In real life, he kind of was. I think he is now. I don't really care, or he's just come to his senses that it's all pointless because after high school, none of this popularity kind of brings you on unless you get a scholarship to a college or university. But anyways, he was kind of like a wannabe popular kid, and he was. I was really gullible back then, and he was kind of using me for kind of free food to like get the girl I like to like me. And I fell for it. I was a really naive person back then. And as I grew up, I realized the world isn't a good place. And I can literally tell you right now, by literally the 10 people that dislike this, they're all people that just don't like Pat the Psycho and they just hate me for it. And they could deny the fact that they do, but then why are they always coming after me? It's almost like they're bullying me. Just leave me alone. If you don't like the series, then just leave me alone, right? You don't have to come after me. So just if you don't like it, then don't like it. If you wanna laugh at it with your friends, then okay, go. Go ahead. You're still enjoying the content in some way, so don't have to make me feel like crap about it. You're kind of just being a jerk, being a dick. So I don't really. They're probably watching it right now, so I don't really care, honestly. But yeah. Hopefully they all just left because the views went down. So yeah, sorry. I just really needed to get that off my chest. They are the ones that have been stressing me out. They've been putting a lot of anxiety on me, but anyways. Did Joe lie to Amy to make her like him? What actually happened was Joe said he would talk to Amy, but he never did. Or he might have, but I don't know. And then like later, this never happened in Path the Psycho, but it happened in real life. Later he's like, okay, you know what? My more popular friend will help you. And then it was more harder to talk to him because he was like popular and me and him had nothing in common. And it'd be so awkward to approach him being like, hey, well, you know, what's up with the girl, right? So it would be kind of awkward. So yeah, but basically Joe kind of used me for food. How did the school let you put blood on the wall of the school in Brutal Revenge? They didn't. I just did it. And the funny thing, I gotta tell you guys a story. So this is actually kind of funny. I'm actually really excited to tell this. So basically, this happened like 2 days after I filmed Brutal Revenge. I had to go back to the school once to film the scene with Braden, and then off to the cigarette scene with Emma in that episode. What's it called? Bury the Hatchet. Basically, I actually my parents were like, Richie, did you see the cops by the neighborhood? And then I'm like, what? The cops? They're after me. Oh my god. I vandalized school property with fake blood that probably washed off. Oh my god, they're after me. And then my parents like, no, there was a recent like a family member that died in Toronto, and the cops are looking after them. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate, like, you know. But I thought the cops were like coming for me because like of the thing. And what also kind of like would have been ironic is like, for example, I film at the school a lot, and there's security cameras all around. So whatever I do, the school can like see what I'm doing, and then they probably saw me like doing the fake blood. So then maybe they contacted the police or something to look around that area. That's what I thought, because it could have been like some kind of vandalism, even though it wasn't even permanent. It washed off, guys. I checked and it like washed off. The rain washed it off. So, what did Vanessa want to tell Cody? You know, guys, the last day of school. I'm gonna tell. This is a story. That's a good question because this actually happened. The last day of school. Brutal Revenge never happened. I never killed Damien. I never got into a fight with Damien on the last day of school. We got into fights before that, but not on the last day of school. So on the last day of school, I was gonna run out of that school because I knew I was moving. I was gonna run out of that school and I was gonna be like, I hated it. I hated that school. It was terrible. I hated it so much. I was gonna literally just yell the F word, like fuck you all, you know. I had this whole gig going. I was ready. And then me and Vanessa broke up also. Like, we were already done. Then Vanessa texts me and says, meet me after school. I have to tell you something. And then I'm thinking, oh my god, she wants to date me again. And I really had feelings for Vanessa. And I was a stupid kid, okay? Because she was not worth the dirt off my damn shoes, okay? She was not a good girlfriend whatsoever. She could not find time to literally just go to the park for 2 minutes just to talk, other than just texting on her phone. Hell, she probably was texting other guys while we were doing it, but like texting or FaceTiming or whatever. But I don't know. I just lost faith in whatever that ever was, because it probably never meant anything to her, even though it did to me. And that's also one thing that just added. That's one thing that just also added on to all that stuff. I might sound a little harsh, but this is just how I feel. It really hit me, and maybe the people around me didn't notice, but it really did, and it kind of made me who I am today, really into like a lot of moments in the Path to Psycho, the stuff that actually happened really made me into who I am today. And what's it called? So what happened was I waited 30 minutes outside of the school for her, and then I messaged her. Like, everyone was gone. I was waiting there 30 minutes for this freaking girl to just come up and tell me her thingy thing or whatever the hell she was telling me. And then she was like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot." And then I'm like, "You wasted my time. I hate you." That is when I was like, "You know what? I really hate you now." You play with my feelings, and now you're just gonna just do this to me. So I hate you now. So like, and the ironic thing is, after that, I went home, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to because usually people in my neighborhood, we would go to a gas station called we would go to Shell. We would go like a gas station named Shell, and we would go get slushies. So I want to go get like a snack or slushies to celebrate the last day of school. Now, I did it alone because at this point my friend group was torn apart, and Emma was still dating Johnny, and Tristan was Tristan, and his family never let him out to go hang out places and stuff. Just that one time. Not even the time when me and the friend group hung out. Tristan wasn't even there because his parents were so strict. But basically we went to I went to the gas station, and guess who I saw? I saw Vanessa and her friends, and I gave her the dirtiest look I could. I would be like, "Hi." I'm just like, "Yeah, hi." And then it's got my slushie and just freaking left. I think I actually like slammed the door behind. I think I just slammed the door just to show her how pissed off I was, but whatever. It's funny to look back at these things. Yeah, sorry, I was talking for a long time. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. Why does Cody say bad words at school? Good question. So a lot of the cussing that happened in Path to Psycho, that was the writing's fault. The writing was not done correctly. I really one of the biggest thing I screwed up in Path to Psycho was the writing, because what happened was I'll get to that later. And speaking of that, give me a sec. All right, sorry about that. Got it. Problems with Path to Psycho. Look at all these problems, okay? These are all problems I came up with this series that I realized that were problems. So I'm aware that my series is not perfect. So no, I'm not an egotistical scumbag that thinks I'm perfect. I'm not. So if I'm kind of swearing, I'm just kind of like letting all this angry excitement out, whatever I want to consider it. So did Vanessa hug Ian? Oh yeah, she hugged him good. Oh yeah. Pretty sure she hated me at that point. Not really, but whatever. But I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the cussing. So the big problem with the series was the cussing. I cussed too much. The way I could have covered it, one way I could cover it up is by saying a lot of middle schoolers, in my opinion, like when I was in that like school, a lot of people swore and they cussed because what's it called? They like try to act cool, I guess, and they were going through like this kind of phase where like they cussed a lot, and I'm kind of going through that phase too where I cuss a lot. Well, I cuss a little bit more now than I did back then, but back then I just started like cussing a lot, and I'm gonna try to stop. I don't know how in the world I'm gonna stop this outrageous, terrible habit, but yeah, I'm gonna try to find a way to stop cussing, but yeah. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, I kind of lost my train of thought. The reason, I guess that's one way I could cover it up. They were young. They were just trying to be cool. But I'm not gonna lie, the writing was messed up. In the next series, even if I make a Path to Psycho season 2, I promise you there will be less cussing. There will be cussing because there's probably gonna be a moment where one of them get mad and they're like, "Oh, F you, you're an effing terrible person," right? But not every sentence like, "Oh, this is so effing cool," right? Yeah, F yeah. Like, it's not gonna be like every sentence. That was my mistake. Oh God, that felt good. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's that. I'm gonna try to not do any more cussing for those SMR stories, but I'm not gonna like completely get rid of it. I'm just gonna limit it like a lot more. because there's a lot of cussing in Path the Psycho. Like videos would start off by being like, "What the?" and then So what happened to Jeanette? Now, that's a good question. Jeanette was my very first crush at that school when I moved to it. Now, basically, I already liked her, which kind of already and also Path the Cycle kind of had its own prologue, which I never got into. Pretty much the first and second episode were like a prologue, and it was kind of showing like continuing off of a previous year that you've never really seen. And I don't need to make a prequel because it would be boring. I'd rather go forward with Path the Cycle than backward. And so kind of this untold prequel, pretty much. But basically, Cody likes this girl, and then basically that's literally what I said there. What I said in the story is what happened in real life. I liked Jeanette, and I asked her out. She said, "I'll think about it." And she was not really a romantic person. I just knew if I look back, I knew she liked me. It was just it was complicating. And then I met, I almost said the real person's name. Oh my God, that would have been bad. I met Emma, and then I was like, oh, I like Emma because she looks nice and she looks hot, and I want to give it a try. And Little Richie just ditched the fact that he asked out Jeanette and just asked out Emma, and she said yes. And Jeanette kind of hated me after that. But the funny thing is, she said, "I'll think about it," and I knew she was gonna say no because she was always doubting me liking her and stuff. But yeah. What was your favorite character in this series? You guys might be surprised, but some of my favorite characters in this series were actually Emma and Annabelle and Tristan. I liked Cody. I like Cody because he's based off me. Of course, he's probably one of my favorite characters because I put a lot of myself into this character, right? So of course I'm gonna like him. But I really like how Tristan turned out because if you think about it, the beginning of the story, he had like sunglasses. He had glasses and he looked like a complete nerd, right? And then eventually he got bullied so much. And then you see in the final episode, and even in the Avenge Yourself, in the track and field episode, he finally stands up for himself. And that's something that Tristan never did. Tristan, you know what, guys? I've seen Tristan stand up for himself in many of the fights that happened in like real life. And damn, he did a good job. He got Damien good. He chucked a ball at his face and stuff. He got him good, right? So, right? Yeah. I don't need to freaking confirm that. I don't need to like question that. He got him good. So yeah, he did. And I love Tristan's character arc where he kind of grows into he can kind of stick up for himself more. He's not like a full on like badass or anything, but he can like kind of like stick up for himself now through the help of Cody. I really like I just like the idea of Annabelle, the Dark Thought, because I can relate to it a lot because it might sound kind of weird, but like sometimes you have like the positive thought and sometimes you have the negative thought, and I have a lot of negative thoughts. And even going into this stream, I had a lot of negative thoughts, and which really stressed me out, which is why I'm kind of stuttering right now. But but I thought she was a very interesting character and what happened to her and kind of what she's made Cody into. And the funny thing is, she wasn't even real. Cody did this to himself, and the funny thing is, he couldn't even do it to himself because that's just who he is. So, pretty much, what's it called? And also, Emma's another one of my favorite characters because also like if you look at Emma's character alone, Emma was the girlfriend. She was on Cody's side. If they never broke up, Emma would have probably been a really supportive character. But then Cody made the mistake of thinking that, oh, I like this popular girl. I have a better chance with her. So then Cody left Vanessa. No, Cody left Emma and kind of pretty much broke her heart. And then she kind of hated him for that. And she hated the popular girl, and she just hated that, right? And she tried to ruin his life because what he did was a pretty much a scummy thing. There was no reason for them to break up. Well, behind the scenes, there were kind of fights, but then it would be like you would kind of see because Emma's character, and I don't want to be rude, but in real life, she's kind of insane. But But that's just her, okay? I don't know why. That's just how she acted towards me, and that's how I think of her. So if she wasn't that way, then I don't know. But okay, sorry if I'm far from the mic. But anyways, I was far from the mic this entire time. But anyways, I'm getting kind of uncomfortable in this chair. But anyways, also if you think about it, like Kody breaks up with her, she gets all mad, she tries to get her revenge. She is pretty much another villain in the series, along with Damien. Damien's a kind of a villain, but I think Emma's more of a bigger villain in the series. But the main villain is probably Kody, because all of this happened because of Kody. And even the bullying could have been handled better. Kody could have maybe talked to the principal ahead of time before he let anybody he let nobody do anything. But yeah, also like how it ended with Emma was also, I loved it. She like kind of just let herself go, and she's doing like drugs now and stuff, and kind of has a good lead into season 2. What's gonna happen to Emma? Like she's still smoking and stuff. Here's a really good question. Why has no one called the police about Damien's death? Now, let me remind you. Not remind you, maybe let me just let you know. At the end of around the episode called Bury the Hatchet, I recommend you guys, guys, go back. Just go back to the video called Bury the Hatchet. If you listen carefully to the conversation that Kody and Brayden are having, you can hear police sirens in the background. And he's by the school. So there's police sirens going to the school. So I wouldn't say that it was forgotten about. And Damien was left by the school, stabbed out by Kody. And there's security footage if you think about it, because there's security cameras all around the school. So, and Kody fled. So we'll see what happens if the series ever picks up. But what's gonna happen to the cops when cops find Cody's dad's dead body, and they find evidence that Kody killed him? I don't know. Maybe that might not even be, because there's no proof that Kody killed his dad, other than the weapon, which is still in his room. So no one's gonna really go into the room until, like, I don't know, like maybe like he gets evicted for not paying his mortgage, and then they realize the dead body. So like people like break into his house for like evicting him and stuff. Or the odor gets noticed by the neighbors, and then they call the cops. So that's the only way it could be discovered, but I don't know yet because I haven't written the story. That's just that's how you look at it logically. Logically, Damien was already found. There's security footage. Cody's screwed. So, but it's a story, it's not real. How did you smash the mirror and get the fake blood? The fake blood was from Walmart, and the smash thing, the mirror. Fun fact about the mirror, I still have it. Give me a sec, guys. All right. Mirror. Oh, God. I have the mirror right here, guys. Well, let me just... Yeah, there it is. Mirror. Ooh. So, yeah. I'm trying to hang this up. There we go. Is it up? Is it up? Don't fall over. Okay, cool. If it falls over, I'm going to be mad. And if it falls over, I'm gonna laugh. This could become like a new meme or something. But anyways, no, not it isn't. How I broke the mirror was I pretty much smashed it with a baseball bat, and I smashed an extra part of it so it'd have more of a crack effect. And then what me and my mom did is we individually glued the broken mirror pieces like there, and then that's how I got the full mirror. And then I just hung it up, so it looks pretty cool. I like it. I know I'm gonna get like whatever 7 years of bad luck. And the funny thing is, during Path the Psycho, while that was all going on, I actually broke another mirror in an abandoned house. So I'm going to get like double the years of bad luck. So that's going to suck, but whatever. Well, whatever. If anything crazy happens, it's another story. Do you actually have schizophrenia? No, I do not. Did Emma tell Kaden lies? Emma told a lot of lies because she didn't like me and she wanted to make my life a living hell. And, yeah. What was your favorite episode? My favorite episode, hands down, Let Me Tell You a Story. Because Let Me Tell You a Story is literally just how I feel in a nutshell. Just there. That is how I feel. that is just it means so much to me. That episode is just like it just really kind of connects to me because that's just how I feel. That's the character. That's the character at his peak right there. And that's also Kody at his like most insanest level. He's like screaming to fans and he has the nerve to upload that to YouTube as well. Like and that's also gonna hit him hard. Like he's got that video up on the internet and everyone's gonna watch it and stuff. And it's gonna be like, ooh, and everyone's gonna look at Kody like, a certain way. Did Emma believe you made her and Johnny break up? I technically did because what's it called? Johnny came to me on we weren't the breakup happened in my last house. So I wasn't even at the school when this happened. I was like in my other high school, my first year of high school, and then Hayden called me and we were catching up. Oh crap, I gave his real name. Johnny's real name is Hayden, but he's not a bad person, so shout out to my friend Hayden. And Hayden, if you're watching this, you better freaking call me because I want to go to Wonderland this weekend. I want to have that sleepover that we discussed. I'll just do that out there. Good friend Hayden, dude. Hayden actually, I want to be downright with you guys. Hayden is such a good friend. I'm not even joking you. He is like I also even in the story, I wish Kody and Johnny would have been closer, and Hayden and me. I wish we were closer. Back when that happened. We were pretty close, but Emma kind of stole him. But I'm not gonna get mad over that. I'm the one that got them together. And that's true, I did get them together. Damien's real name is Wyatt. Yes, it is actually. I don't even care. It is. What's your phone number? I'm not giving you my phone number. Man, this stream is so fun. Thank you all so much for coming on the stream. I am not ending it. I'm just saying that because that's how I feel. We've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. We might go for 2-3 hours. I don't know. 90 of you guys are still watching, so I am gonna be answering as much as possible. If you guys keep watching, I'm gonna keep answering more. Sorry if I keep skipping your questions. And also, guys, if you already asked the question, or if you've already heard me answer the question, please ask a different question so I don't have to repeat myself. Because this stream is gonna be archived, and I also want to answer different questions. I bet Emma stole Johnny because she wanted some D. Probably. I'm not even gonna lie. I think they actually liked each other, so it wasn't just for that. But yeah. Also, fun fact. You might What I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna tell you which video this is. This video was actually in Wait, give me a second. I'm gonna look for this one. If you go onto the video, guys, this is actually a really fun fact. This is actually a really interesting plot point. If you go onto the video called Mixed Feelings, where basically in this video, Kody and Emma have a fight on the phone. And Code, what's it called? I'm trying to remember. I haven't watched this video in a while. I'm pretty sure that basically they were in a fight, and I think Emma's kind of skeptical that Kody likes somebody else, and Emma says, "I care so much about you" and stuff, and she basically says like stuff, and then she said, "We did things," and then after that, Kody cuts her off. Now I kind of just want to kind of tweak right there. A lot of the things that Kody and Emma did were kind of behind the scenes, and that's what I hate about Path to Psychos. A lot of the things that I could have added in were kind of behind the scenes, but I kind of just want to point out that potentially Kody might not be a virgin. Kody might have actually like did it with Emma. Now, because the only reason I'm saying that is because Emma said we did things, and so it's kind of like. But Kody, we have a big relationship and we did things, like, so that's if you go back and watch the video, Mixed Feelings with Kody with by the Anakin, thinking about Emma and then another girl, then that's Yeah. Which episode showed the beginning of Cody's insanity? Good question. I don't know if you would consider talking to yourself insane or like having like these visions in your head. Technically, the first episode, literally the first episode, Cody says goodbye to nothing. Cody's holding his apple. He's saying goodbye to Justin, and Justin isn't even there, so he's already crazy when the series starts. But actually crazy when Cody actually you can see him like mentally crazy. I think in the downfall, that's one of them. No, the beginning of War, he's like, "Hey, leave my friend alone." He's kind of like nervous about that, and then after that was kind of loud, and then I kind of yelled. Dead or Alive, you kind of see him have like a vision, and then after that, you see when it really starts to kick in is you've crossed the line. That's where it kicks in. Then Cody cuts himself and never again, and then after that, jab to the brain. He shoves somebody across up to a fence. So that's like I think by then you can see insanity. The thing is, early on in the series, you don't really see much, and then it's on and off. His insanity's on and off, and then after that, all he does is start yelling and cussing a lot, and then he kind of just starts being insane over everything, every little thing. He just kind of freaks out over. He's kind of just losing his mind over little things as you go on in the series, and then Cody kind of becomes a whiny bitch, which is kind of funny, and then like the very end, you get to see like him actually just lose it, dead. I bet somebody took a picture of that and is gonna send it to me and say whale, but okay, whatever. What would encourage anyone to start a series about their life? That's a good question. If you have like a moment in your life that really affected you and really means something to you, and it really got you kind of made you into a different person, or it's really affecting you, or like let's say like something happened and you're kind of in this depression, you're in this loop, and you can't stop thinking of this moment in your life. And that's Path to Psycho. This series was almost like a way to try to forget about the past. I was trying to get away from it. You know what I mean? Kind of like do that. So this whole series was kind of just like to try to get away from that. And yeah, that's I guess one reason. But if you really want to tell a story and you want to kind of just get it out there and make your own little kind of story out of your life or like a creation, then go do it, right? And if you're feeling like really depressed in something, you can write how you feel somewhere, and then maybe you can take like what's happening to you, make it into like a diary or something, and then form it into like some kind of story. That's something that I could have done back then. Maybe that would have helped me through. Like I wrote everything down, and then I could have looked back at it and then made this into something else, a little bit different than what it was. But and obviously I won't remember everything that happened, and yeah. But oh, here's a good question. Um, why at the start was he talking to Darth Vader and now he's talking to Annabelle? Fun fact, if you remember the beginning of the series, there was an Anakin Skywalker statue. And then it switched to Darth Vader. And then notice how Justin is almost like the good guy, and then it switches to Annabelle, the bad guy. So it's kind of like symbolism. And Anakin was the good guy, and then it switched to Darth Vader. And then eventually Darth Vader was kind of like the Darth Vader is kind of like the kind of pre the early version of Annabelle, and then Ludwig. Justin was the kind of the good guy, and then it kind of went to the bad guy. But why he started talking to Darth Vader first was because it was kind of like a mini schizophrenic thing that it was starting the evil the negative energy was starting to kind of start coming. It was starting to come to him. So that's what happened there. How did your parents react to you screaming at loud times? The final 2 episodes, my parents weren't home when I filmed it, but the other ones, they were kind of just like, I can't wait to watch the series because I want to know why you're screaming, Richie. And then my mom watched the series and she really liked it. She told me she loved it and stuff, and she said she cried. I wasn't there, but that's what she said. She might have just been lying to make me feel good or whatever. That I like impacted her emotionally. I don't even know, but I feel like she did. My mom is an emotional person. But what's it called? Yeah, but yeah, they were okay with it because they understood like it was a story. This is how it was gonna go. This is how it was gonna be. This is what puts emotion into it, right? But they did agree that like they did say like next time don't cuss as much because you cuss like every 5 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I am sorry about the cussing. There was way too much in this series. Did you actually light/smoke a cigarette to make the scene and bury the hatchet? Originally, I was supposed to light the cigarette and then to get it going, but then I'm like, um, the thing is, I don't want to hold a burning cigarette while I'm filming a plush video because then I'll have to put it down and switch to Cody, and then I might burn the grass or maybe even the plushie or maybe even myself. And I don't want to smoke; it's not good for you. I don't want to get into that crap. I don't want to have it in my system. Even if I did it once, it would not be good in my system. It would be really unhealthy for me, especially a 15-year-old kid smoking a cigarette. That's really bad. So I took the cigarette and I held it backwards. And I hate when I saw that, I almost like smashed my head off. I know I did. I smashed my head off my table. I was so mad. No, I'm just joking. I did it, but like you get what I'm saying, guys. I was so mad. I actually held the cigarette backwards. I was trying to hide it by like editing it the orange part out because then some cigarettes are just all white. But on season 2, you will see you will see the cigarette held the right way, or a future series involving cigarettes. It will be held the right way, and I promise you that. Were you and Shane good friends? We were, but when we left, I kind of just like I've kind of heard things, and it kind of clicked. It kind of just made sense, and then I kind of just had my new kind of opinion. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate Damien. I don't care about any of these people anymore. It's just like I guess I do, but at the same time I don't. It's really complicating. But let's just say we don't even talk. None of the people from Path to Psycho talk to me anymore. The only person that I keep touch with is Johnny. His real name's Hayden. I keep saying Hayden, but and he's a good friend. We had a sleepover. Not fun fact. Hayden actually watched me film the finale of Path to Psycho, and he was there, and he was there to kind of like be there when I finished it, and it was pretty cool. But yeah. Were you having a fun time making this? Yeah, I did actually. Because this whole time I was thinking of Path to Psycho, the past was stuck in my head, and I had behind the scenes of me talking about this, but it was pretty much me just whining about my crappy life, and it was so unnecessary, so I just deleted it. But basically basically what I did was basically what I did was like I told the story, and then I kind of just kept going from there, and then eventually I kind of just like wrapped up that point of my life a second time, and it kind of just helped me. Something in my eye, but I'm sorry about that. I also want to give a big shout out to a good friend of mine, Luke E.G. Bros. He's in the chat right there. I actually inspired him to make his own series called Path of a Boy's Life. I highly recommend you guys check it out because it's pretty cool. It's also about a story about a kid that gets bullied and stuff, and it's there's a lot of Path of the Psycho references because he really enjoyed the series, and I really want you guys to give it some love. So give my boy Luke some love. His channel is Luke E.G. Bros. Brothers, I believe. Luke E.G. Brothers. So show him some love and check his channel out because he makes some pretty good stuff. How do you remember this? How do you remember this? Wait, bleh, sorry. How do you remember all this about your life? Um, the truth is, I couldn't forget about it. That's why I made the series. I was trying to get away from all of it. I couldn't. Oh my god, my life flashed before my eyes. I thought my ex followed me. Oh my god, that would have been bad. Anyways, I could not really move on from all the stuff that happened. And I just wanted to make this story to kind of just get away from it. And yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop answering questions for a little bit. I'm gonna talk about something else for a little bit. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about how Path of the Psycho was made. So yeah, if you got this far, then thank you for still watching. I'm gonna be talking about other stuff that you might have not known about the process of me making this series. So give me a sorry. There's something in my eye. I swear to God. So I'm gonna, and this might be helpful for a lot of you guys that want to make a story or some kind of like plush series or some kind of like some series or something. I'm gonna show you how I did Path the Psycho. Now I'm gonna let you guys know ahead of time. I'm gonna be pointing out a lot of the flaws I did while making this series. There was a lot of problems with it, and I know from experience. And now when I go into my newer story, there's definitely going to be some problems with that, which I will be fixing my other story after my next story. And I talk so fast. I'm just going to keep improving. So that's my goal, to keep improving. So the very first thing I did while making this series is I went to the drawing board. I got this out. Well, actually, even before that. Let me get my stuff out. Give me a sec. This old ideas. Sorry, I'm going through my files right now. Yeah, I got my dope Angry Birds folder that says SMR series. Those. So basically, I went to the very Now, let me remind you guys, this series took 3 years to make. I started making this series. I started like developing the series like around August 2016. That's when I made this. And get ready for the spelling errors because I was stupid. I didn't care about spelling. But I basically made the kind of a rough draft of how I want Cody's hair to look. And even here it looks different because in the end the mohawk is still there, but now it isn't. So went through many changes. And then I also made this and this. Basically, what this is kind of just a rough draft of what I wanted. The reason I used blue markers because I was moving and I had all my stuff packed up. But pretty much yeah. So I started there. I gave like kind of rough notes on what I wanted to do. And originally, I want to point this out. Originally, this series was based off of the Psycho series from McJuggernuggets, because back then I was really like influenced by the Psycho series, and I really wanted to do something like that. So then originally, Path the Psycho, my main mindset for Path the Psycho was to be pretty much exactly like the Psycho series that McJuggernuggets did, and that's where this series was born. It was born off of me being inspired by off of my favorite YouTuber. So and then that's where I got this out. This is where this came in. And then I kind of I started here. I gave this is how I started my story. So I'm on draft 1. I didn't have a name for it, so I called it Project Larry. That's why this is called Project Larry. I didn't have a name for it. So then I gave all the characters. And I know I have spelling problems. Don't bug me about it. I made this like 2 years ago, and I gave some like character descriptions or something. I don't know what I was doing, but I basically gave out all the names of the characters who I wanted. And there was a character here. Chris. Chris was originally the camera guy because McJuggernuggets in the Psycho series there was like a camera guy. So then there's like another character there that never came to be. And then originally this was based off the Psycho series. So then it was going to be him like things getting broken and taken away. So then there's like a list of things I was going to break, and yeah, more bad spelling. And and then there's things I wanted to do in the series and things I needed to do for the plot. So then I just made like a section of like ideas I had, and I canceled all of these. And then there's this places where I want to film. I never even got to that. And then I made a timeline. There were supposed to be videos. This is like every episode right here, pretty much. There were supposed to be videos every day on this series. Now, it was supposed to be based off the Psycho series, and it was supposed to go on for every day, just like the Psycho series. And guys, that would have killed me. This would have been a terrible rushed series if I went through it. And yeah, I'm happy that I didn't. I'm happy that I came to my senses and I changed it. Like, it even ripped, but yeah, it even went on from there. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? This is the Psycho series. This is his project. I want to tell my own story. So now I want to tell like my own story. I want to make my own like little story now. So then I decided, you know what? Screw the McJuggernuggets Psycho series remake or whatever I wanted to do. I'm going to tell my own story about my own school. And recently when I was thinking of this, I just moved out of that first house I made videos in. I'm like, I want to make my own story about my life, and I want to add some twists in it, you know, some changes, like, you know, me killing people, not me, my character Cody, the character Cody. I want him to like become psycho, have schizophrenia, have all these mental problems, have problems with his family, and then him killing people later. I wanted to add all these other things in it to make the story more interesting, because if I made a story that's 100% about my life, it's going to be boring. If I didn't add the fact that Cody was a psychopath and he like killed people and stuff like later on, it wouldn't have given the series anything, you know what I mean? It would have just been a bunch of stuff, you know, kind of like, nah, like it doesn't really matter. Maybe you could be asking yourself, why am I watching this? And yeah, I wanted to give it more of a reason. So I added some certain plot twists which gave it a little more of a reason. And then I started from here. Sorry, give me a sec. Then I went back to scratch. I used other ideas I used beforehand, but I went back to scratch. I used main characters. I used side characters. So then I added more characters. So I came up with new characters such as the sensei and stuff. I decided to do Aikido stuff. And then I gave a brief description of what it was about. Yeah. And then basically I had a lot of ideas. So this is how I did it. So I had I had basically a bunch of ideas for the series, and this is where the writing started to get bad, because what I did was I did something like this. I had all of these are like events. So let me read some off. I had the wall ball events, like the wall ball month, the Emma drama. I had the Annabelle month, all about the doll, and then I had the bullying month, the beginning month, the insanity ending, moving away month. I had the trying to get to that popular girl month, trying to get the haunted forest, whatever that was, that forest, the family drama month, and then the Vanessa drama. Like I had all of these little things I wanted to do. And now this is where I'm gonna tell you guys, don't do what I did. What I did was I took these ideas and I put them into months that I wanted to do. And this is where the series kind of went to crap. Because what I did, what I should have done is what I'm doing right now. So what I'm doing right now is I am writing a story. This is Child's Play Origins. I am writing a story. That's what I should have done for Path to Psycho. And I didn't do that. What I did, and it was also hard because and also what also was the downfall was pretty much I had all these things that happened to me, and I didn't know how to form it into a story. This was my very first time, so I didn't know kind of what I was doing. I just I didn't take classes for writing stories, so I just did what I thought would kind of work. And this was like a year or two ago. No, this was like 2 years ago. And pretty much what I did was I took things that happened to me, like the Vanessa like breaking up with me, and I also Emma, you know, Emma slapping me, and then also I took the one where Damien took the tennis ball in my face, Tristan getting bullied, all these events, I put them into months. And the reason that wasn't good is because the story wasn't like smooth. It really, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but whenever you'd watch Path to Psycho, the episodes kind of like feel like it doesn't feel like it blends into the next one really well. You know what I mean? Because if I made a story where it's like I leave it off with like a scene, and then it'd be like to be continued, and then like the next one would be like picking off from that scene. It would be much smoother. It'd be much easier to kind of understand the story. And another thing is this story, I feel like the story was, since it was based on my life, most of the plots that I didn't include were just in my mind. So I kind of just assumed people would understand, but really it isn't. That wasn't the case. And that's the hard thing. That's the hard thing about telling a story is the story makes sense in your mind, but then when you tell it to somebody, they might think of it differently. It might not come out as that way. And that's why some people didn't enjoy it, because they didn't really get it, or they just didn't like where I was going with it. And I completely understand that. I'm completely fine with that. Yeah, but yeah, so that's one thing that I really screwed up on is I put all these things that I wanted to be in the series into like these events. I made it into like this timeline that I shouldn't have done. But if anything, I could have done this, but then what I needed to do was I needed to do the writing aspect where I actually write a story, like what happens, like Kody goes to school, and then after that, Kody's with his friends, and then I write about how Kody loses his friends instead of kind of him just losing them and then finding new ones right away. I would show a blend, and because like here's an easy example of what I should have done. What I should have done is when Kody lost his friends in the sleepover, I shouldn't have just made a video where it's like he lost his friends and then he found new friends right away. It felt too jumpy. It was not. I didn't like it. It's just way too jumpy. The story was jumping into other things too much, and also the writing also screwed with what happens in the videos. For example, if you notice in Path of Psycho, a lot of the things that happen in it, like for example, like a fight. Let's say like one of the fight videos where they get into a fight. It starts with nothing happening. One little thing happens, and then like 15 seconds later, just giant fist fight. Like there's no lead up. There's got to be like a little bit of like a minute of at least lead up to like the fight. It's like, well, why don't you go away? It's like, oh no, make me. And then they're kind of like you kind of see that, but then a little bit more of that, like a little bit more of like emotion, a little bit more of time dragged through for the story to actually kind of blend better, because this series was really jumpy. And I rewatched some of it because my mom was watching. My mom wanted to watch it when it was all out, and I sat down with her, and that's when I made the problems with Path the Psycho sheet. I saw it, and a lot of it was jumpy, and of course, the beginning was cringy because of the god awful laugh. But yeah, pretty much and yeah, I didn't like a lot of things with the series, how I did it, but at the same time, it wasn't that bad. So one thing I should have done is writing. And then basically, here's one thing I did, which was fine. I made like an Easter egg list. I hit a lot of Easter eggs in this series, like little like foreshadowings to other events, which I highly recommend you guys go look for. Basically what I did was I hinted to future events in the series. Like, for example, I hinted to Kody fleeing to Oshawa because when he was cutting himself in Never Again, he was kind of saying these weird satanic things. He was like, blah, blah, blah. When he said Oshawa. If you like listen, he says Oshawa, and then he says kill father. He says, so I kind of like, that's one example. If you really listen to it, then he says Oshawa, and then he said kill father. So, and then after that, I basically went off with what I did. I put all of them into a date, and I kind of just scheduled these, because one thing that didn't make sense, what I didn't like, is each of the videos had its individual thing. Every episode was like its individual story. That one episode had its own story, then the next one did. It didn't feel like one big story. That's what kind of messed it up, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other problems with it. I could go off with it with the top of my head. Well, not off the top of my head, but like, trust me, that if you give me time, I can think of a lot of problems with it. And I'm happy that I'm finding these, because in the future series, I can actually fix them. And here's what also got the stress going. I gave myself deadlines, and then I just like put like dates there, and the dates really got to me. Like I got to get it out. People want to see it. And yeah. And then I kind of kept doing that, and then that was it. Now I'm in the next series where I'm given more characters. So yeah, I shouldn't have showed that, but yeah. That's that. That's how. Wait, that's. I have one more thing to also show before I kind of wrap up the showing off how this series was kind of sculpted. Now, scripting. This is what I hated. Now, let me remind you. Back then, when I was making the series, I had a lot of different friends, and they were all like the you gotta script your videos freaks. Okay, I'm not. And what I didn't realize was also this is pink. Don't even ask. But this is the scripting book. And what I didn't realize was for my main Super Mario Richie videos, I don't script my videos, and they're good. Like the dialogue for Super Mario Richie is good because it feels natural, and I can come up with things on the spot. So for me, scripting and Path to Cycle, that not only did I not write a story, but the story was within the script. You cannot put a story within a script, and that's what killed this series the most was this freaking book because I felt so like controlled. Like for example, look, I had like every line here, like what I had to say, and then I would mark it off with a blue marker. That's for everything. And then I had here, let me show you. So yeah, I had that much that I really there I crossed out a. And also, I'd go over it and edit things with the blue marker and stuff. And then, I crossed out this entire page because I didn't even need that. That was all stupid, unnecessary crap. But the thing is, I never needed to script because I'm good with dialogue. I don't need because like sometimes they would say something and it wouldn't make sense. It's because of the script because I wrote it in here, and sometimes I would change it. It didn't turn out well. So for the future, I'm never going to be scripting ever again. I have had a terrible experience with it, and I was probably under the influence of people that said you should script. And or maybe I just felt like I needed to because other people were doing it, and that's one thing I'll never do. I'll never follow the crowd ever again. I'll do my own thing, and say that's what literally Path to Psycho is. Path to Psycho is really different from any other plush video, and that's what I want to do. I want to be original, and I want to kind of branch out. And if anybody has a problem with that, then don't watch it. Go back to the original content. If you don't like that, then go watch Logan because his content is clearly so much better. So, okay, I'm just joking. But anyways, so that's that. I basically what I did wrong was I scripted the story instead of writing the story itself. Like I should have wrote the story then instead of scripting, and that's why things kind of went bad in my opinion. Now I know I'm bashing myself a little bit here, and I think I'll look back at this maybe one day, or somebody will look back at it, and then maybe the future series would be better, and he would be like, wow, you realize his mistakes or something. But like kind of just wanted to throw that out there that this is what I did and it was not the right thing. So I want to tell you guys, like if you're writing a story, do not script, just write the story. And if you want to do a script, then script, like write what they want to say and stuff. The reason I didn't need to do that is because I'm good with saying things on the spot. I'm really good with like coming up with things right there that fit with the moment. But didn't need to the script was pointless. I could have just wrote a story, just like what I'm doing for Child's Play Origins. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be answering a little bit of a little more questions, and then we're gonna end off this live stream, this Path to Cycle Q&A. This has been going on for how long now? An hour. I do not believe this is going on for an hour and 22 minutes. Almost 2 hours, okay. Almost 2 hours, okay. So I'm going to be answering a little bit more questions. Richie, when is season 2 coming out? I don't know. I don't even know if it's happening. So just it's all about support. If we get support for it, then it will come. And if it doesn't, if we don't, then we won't get support. Or like we won't do, like I won't go through with it. But and the thing is, I ended Path the Psycho off with like it's okay how I left it off. You know what I mean? Like Cody goes up and goes and looks for his mom. He kind of left the drama behind. He's gonna start a new life and hide. But what's the next series gonna be about? I'm not gonna talk about that much. I don't want to talk about the next series. I'm gonna keep that a little bit hidden until I finish writing it. I might uncover a little bit of it. Let's just say it involves the man in the sunglasses, such as the guy in the Dark Twist. Man in the sunglasses involves him. Richie, how old is Cody? I think he's 13 or 12. I think because in the as this took place in the I was I think 13 when this all happened, so I think I'm gonna make Cody 13, and then maybe in season 2 he'll be 14 or 15. So he'll be my age right now. Path of Psycho 2 coming in 2020. Path of the New Life. The good title, Path of the New Life. I like that. But I have another title in mind. It's actually a really cool title. Even though I switched one word, but whatever, it's still a good title. I like it. I don't know if it's coming 2020. I don't know. It might come 19. I'm not even sure, guys. Johnny was a bully. Yeah, he actually was. But he's not a bad person. He did that when he was like a kid. So like, no, he isn't a bad person. Johnny's a great person. How old is Tristan? Tristan's actually older than me by a couple weeks. Actually, I was born late. I was born in December 15th, and Tristan was born in like December 9th. So we have a few weeks apart from us, but not not a big difference. How old is Tristan in POTP? He's pretty much the same age as Cody. So he's like 13 or 12. Did you actually smoke? No, I didn't. I didn't smoke. All right. All right. If there's anything you want to know about Path the Psycho, all right, I think you're just trolling me. I already answered that. I don't smoke anything. I don't do drugs. What happened to Yellow? Okay, what happened to Yellow? We didn't really see him in that final episode. I expected Cody to apologize to him about the sleepover. The thing is with Cody, like Cody's kind of a dick. Like throughout the series, Cody's kind of a dick. He never really apologizes for anything he did. He didn't even apologize to Tristan for him being a douchebag to him. Like he was kind of like he wasn't really a dick. I mean, no, he wasn't really nice. He was a dick pretty much. So he didn't really apologize for anything he did. So that's one reason for him not apologizing to Jaden. And also, there's that one moment where he was talking to Ashley, and then he saw Jaden again, and then he kind of just told him to f off, and they got into, like he started yelling at him for like because he just came up, and yeah, also Braden was there, but sorry about that, but yeah, that was that, and yeah. Do you still have Vanessa's number? Sorry if I spelled that wrong. No, I do not. Why should I keep it? Right, like. Did you cut off the little hair on the Larry plush to give Cody's long dark black? Yeah, I do. I did. It's right there. I'm gonna try not to repeat any questions, but yeah. Are the characters based on real life friends? Yeah, they are. Did Tristan lie to only be your friend? Tristan lied because he was kind of jealous of the friend group pretty much. He kind of like because now that I made these new friends, I was kind of interacting with them as well. Yeah, so he was kind of like sorry about that, but basically basically he I made him the I found the new friends in the friend group and Tristan kind of got jealous and then yeah, I kind of just tried to like make me lose friends. I'm pretty sure that happened in real life as well, somewhat. Richie, you should have done a bit more explaining with the beef with Mega Blue Mario. Yeah, you're right. That also goes in with the things happening behind the scenes of the series that I expected you guys to know, even though clearly that didn't come out. And I learned from that. I learned that you gotta you gotta explain every little thing in the story so people understand, right? And I was really vague about that, and I'm gonna be improving on that for the next series. And yeah, also the big problem was me and Mega Blue Mario weren't necessarily getting along like midway through the series. I was about ready. I All I needed him to do was pretty much give me his last lines, and then I was gonna cut contact because like me and him were just not. I'm not even gonna lie, just me and him were just parting our ways. So I was just kind of ready to do that. I just asked for my lines, we got it, and just parted our ways because like we just went separate ways, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like him. But yeah, he's not a bad person or whatever. He also didn't expose me for being a pedophile. That was another idiot. And yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna answer a couple more questions and then we're gonna end it off because I'm seeing a bunch of repeats now, pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna answer 4 more really good questions. Okay, what is on the board? What's on the board on the left? That's these are the plushies, pretty much. If you're wondering what this thing is, that this is the doll I was talking about. She got her head chopped off and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much Annabelle. Do you plan on using other people to voice some characters? That's a good question. The main thing is I need to find people to do it. The thing is, I don't want voice actors. I want actual people that help me in videos. I don't need voice actors because I'm not gonna lie. Most of the people that my experience with voice acting, I've seen my old friends do voice acting. I mean, and like be voice actors and also like have people voice act for them. And people are not reliable. They will not care about what you're doing, okay? They're going to be like, "Oh, I want to be in the series," and then they just never give it to you. That's why I don't do voice acting. I mean, no, not voice acting. That's why I don't get people to like ask people for lines and stuff. That's why I don't like say, "Hey, do you want to voice this character?" Because then people are like, "Oh, I'll get it done later," and they never get it done. So I'll find actual people to pay to be in my videos as like a part-time job, or not part-time job, but like maybe part-time job because in the series that would just be for a limited time. What's the true overall story of POTP? That's a really good concluding question, pretty much of this entire stream. Basically, Path to Psycho, to sum it up in real life, not in the story. Basically, I went to this school and a lot of drama happened with the girls and bullying and in the friend group, and it was all just a giant mess, and I hated it, and it was terrible, and I moved away. And there was a lot of things just happening that happened, and every day I would go there and something crazy would happen, and it's really stupid, and then it was just not, and I didn't like it. And then also I would also get bullied for my videos and stuff, which I didn't mention much in the series as well, which I should have shown Cody getting bullied more for his videos, which would have also which would have also given a more depth to why Cody eventually kills Damien and like loses his mind because of the videos and stuff and people making fun of him because he says it happened, but it never really was shown. So yeah, no wonder why he moved out. It wasn't because of the school. It was because of the house. It was convenient. And I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Even no, guys, all of you. I'm not gonna even lie to you. If I never moved out of that house, I don't even think I would have made Path to Psycho. I think this would have just kept on going. It would have gotten worse. You know what I mean? Because I'm there and I started all this crap and it's all my fault. But if you think about it, it is because I'm the one that broke up with Emma, and then I'm the one that got Johnny and Emma together. So what can I say? So and also all the crazy stuff where Cody kills people and Cody losing his mind and Cody's having schizophrenia, that never happened to me. I am a completely normal human being. I am not like I don't have schizophrenia. I do not have thoughts of shooting up schools. I do not have the urge to stab anybody. I do not want to kill my family members. I am just somebody that wants to tell a story. And if you can't understand that, then I can't help you. I can't make you understand. You can go ahead and think I'm a serial killer, but I'm not, because if I was, then I'd be caught by now. And it's funny, if I actually killed somebody and this story took place 2 years ago, I should be in jail. I wouldn't even be making videos. So it doesn't make sense. Some people they're just doing it to piss me off, but it's not really working. I just think they're stupid. For a minute, I thought you had schizophrenia. No, I don't. It's just a plot point. That's just a plot add on to Cody's character. So that's what makes Kody who he is. His schizophrenia. That's why he has all these thoughts and stuff. Is the ending of POTP supposed to be symbolized or something? Yeah, I guess. I guess how all this crazy stuff happened, and then eventually he got to escape from it. He got to move on. He got to move forward. So I guess it is symbolism to how it all ended for me too. Fun fact: in the video, the end, I sat on that exact same bench. The exact same bench. I went to the exact same places. I went to the exact same places before I moved out. You look depressed. That's because I am. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna answer one. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. So overall, I did Path to Psycho to tell a story, and that's what I've always wanted to do. And this is what I want to do on SMR stories. I want to tell stories, and I want to make content that's more different from Super Mario Richie, and I want to kind of branch out, because I know Super Mario Richie is gonna get boring after a while. For me, maybe not for you guys, but for me, because I don't, I want to do more than just making Iggy scream and Morton going, yeah, like fishy fish. I want to do more. I want to be more creative. And another thing is I can have these stories, and if I ever go into like apply to a college of like becoming a director, I have these stories that I've made, and they might not be the best, right? But this is where I started. I started at the age of 14. I started making these stories, and now let's say I'm going to college and I'm like 20, and I have like 5 of these series, and then I'm like, yo, I'm applying to this college. Look at all these like stories I've made, and I want to learn how to make better ones. And then they're gonna be like, yeah, we'll take you in, right? So this would also be really beneficial to future colleges and stuff, in my opinion. And anyways, guys, thank you all so much for tuning into the stream. I know, sorry if you guys got a little bored, if we didn't, or if I talked too much sometimes. I just really wanted to explain it, and I like to talk about, I like to kind of get conversations rolling about certain topics and stuff. So I kind of just want to lead this off by saying, I don't know when the next SMR story is gonna be, but once there is, I promise you guys, I will announce it on this channel, and I will promote the crap out of it on the main channel, and I will not let you guys down. I will get better at making these little long spread out stories, and also I want to make the videos longer and stuff, and I want to work on a lot. I want to cover topics like depression. Also, maybe do some things based off of other things, but with my own twist. And there's a lot of things I want to do, and I hope I get to do it. And I hope you guys are there to support me, and I hope we get some new people in, and hopefully they support it as well. Anyways, if you guys want Path to Psycho 2, just keep telling me that this series, that you want this series, that you think that it should be a thing. Or if you don't want it, then tell me that, Richie, I think you should leave Path to Psycho the way it is and move on and tell other stories. But the thing is, if I make a Path to Psycho Season 2, it's going to be a whole nother story, just with the same characters. It's gonna be a whole other story that's jumping off of the first season with big plot points like the deaths and stuff like that and how it left off, but it's gonna form into a whole other story. So I am excited to start working on new stories for you guys. I have so many awesome ideas, and I'm so ready to tell you guys about them, but I can't because I'm not done them yet. But sorry if I sounded dead this entire stream. I only got 2 hours of sleep. But anyways, thank you all so much for tuning into the stream. I will be archiving this, so it will not be disappeared off the channel. So if you ever want to rewatch this series, then go for it and rewatch it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, and see you guys in the next series. Peace.